Hey up, Leeds. It was great to chat to Lee and hear about Bethlehem Boxing in Richmond Hill. I think you'll agree Lee is a real character, and he's just finished filming his movie Straightner. See what you think. So welcome to another Corona Bloody Virus extraordinary episode of Light on Leeds, where Lee Murtagh has come along to speak to me. Hello, Lee.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you very much. Am I saying your name right? How do you pronounce your surname?
It depends where we are in the world to pronounce my surname.
Really?
It's what I always say, wherever I am.
How do you pronounce it?
Murtagh.
Murtagh, right? Brilliant.
Murtagh.
That's great.
But if you're spelling it in Gaelic, which is that's where it's originated from, it's Murtagh.
Oh, I think that sounds lovely. I like that.
Oh, you know, if I had interesting parents that have insisted that we pronounced it Murtagh, because I can remember when I was a kid at St Charles's primary school, they'd say, Lee, what sort of a name is that? I'd say it's Murtagh and it's Irish. So straight away, it's been, really like drilled into me about, my father used to always say, never ever let anybody say your name wrong. And I went, people can't say it. He said, never ever let anyone say your name wrong. But yeah, so it's been interesting having a name like Murtagh.
I can imagine, and constantly being asked to spell it as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then and then you get asked, well, where's that from? What sort of name is it? You know what I mean? Because I remember one time I was in a curry house years ago on Roundy Road, and there was what looked like a Murtagh curry or a Murgod or something. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that's interesting. You know what I mean? I did once get asked was I Muslim by a lad because the name was like it sort of resembled a curry dish. So yeah, weird. Yeah.
Very strange. So you've come along today to tell me about you're the founder of Bethlehem Boxing Club.
Yes, that's correct.
In Richmond Hill, is that right?
That's the one, yeah, Richmond Hill.
And how long have you been doing that?
We've just literally, it was on Sunday, I celebrated my 10-year anniversary there.
Wow.
And it was so sad because we're not opened. It was so sad because before Corona kicked in, I realised it was my 10th year. And I put it on my Facebook. I said, right, what do you reckon? We'll do something. We'll have an open day. We'll have a day. And it's been really, really weird because a local councillor was on his rounds. It was 10 years ago. It was dead weird. And he asked me, could he come in and drop some leaflets off? And I thought we were double glazing salesman, I'll tell you the truth. And I always tell his story, and he always laughs at me because we're still friends now, 10 years later. And he said to me, "No, I'm a councillor." And I says, "Well, you won't get far around here." I said, "So forget about it." Anyway, it turns out he's a Labour councillor, and I was brought up, like that, socialist. Anyway, so it turns out the councillor in question is Asghar Khan, and he's been made Leeds Lord Mayor.
Wow.
This year. So that'll be my 10th year, and Asghar's been made Leeds Lord Mayor. and it's been weird because I put it out, I said, right, what shall I do? Shall we do an open day? Shall we do something for kids? Shall we get people in? Shall we raise a bit of money for somebody? I say, what we'll do, I say, we can invite Asghar Khan now because Asghar will be the Leeds Lord Mayor by the time June comes around. And obviously, June has come around and the world stopped.
Oh, so, it's so sad.
It is. But I mean, we can always do it at a later date.
Of course.
Asghar said that he's gonna visit us when he's in his new position as Leeds Lord Mayor. So yeah.
That's excellent. How long have you been into boxing yourself, then, Lee?
I started boxing at 8 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm now. I retired at 40. Just short. I retired at a month short of 40. That was my last fight, and then I'm 46 now. So that's been like 6 and a bit years. And I grew up on watching boxing with my dad. Sat here talking about boxing, but he was told, you see, to not encourage me to box by my mother. She didn't, because I was the baby of the family, so she didn't want me doing any boxing. She said, no, leave him alone. Anyway, the more that he did that, and he wouldn't tell me, the more fascinated I become, really.
Yeah, of course.
And literally, I grew up hearing stories about the Belfast greats, which is what I grew up hearing about. The Rinty Munigans, who was world champion. One was a silver medalist, Johnny Colwell, and Freddie Gilroy, who was, I think it was, one was a silver medalist in the Olympics, one was a world champion, and another one maybe was a British European champion. So that's what I was brought up on. Those were my first three thoughts of boxing. It was them, and I was like, wow. So from there, it's just I've watched every fight. I think ever since, really, you know.
What kind of things do you think, being a boxer and doing your training and everything, what kind of values and things do you think that instills in people?
Do you know the one thing, and it's so important this day and age, and it's, you know, it comes natural to boxing. You mix with that many different types of people, right? You don't see anything different. You don't see different. You know what I mean? It's so weird. I can remember, and it's an awful thing to say, but this day and age. But I'm going to say it anyway because I'm that way out. And when I was at primary school, we're talking 1981, and the teacher gave us a lecture on there's a new lad joining us, and I was like, right. He said, I don't want anyone staring at him like he's got two heads. So I went, right, okay, but that makes you want to ask, so what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
So they went, right, I don't want any of it. So I said, I don't get it, sir. What is it? No, just treat him normally. And I thought, I don't get this. I wonder what's wrong with him, you know? And he come in, and it turns out I think he might have been from somewhere like Papua New Guinea or somewhere in South America, some strange, you know, a country you'd never heard before.
Yeah.
Because I forgot about it. And I was like, right, okay. I said, sir, I don't quite get what we're not, you know, what we can't mention, what we can't look at. And he went, well, he's black, innit? And I went, so I went, oh, right, okay. And he went, what do you mean? I went, well, I said, I'm an 8-year-old in 1981. I was training at probably the most multicultural boxing club in Leeds when I was that age. So I knew everybody from everywhere, really. You know, I knew I wasn't ever afraid to say he's black, he's Asian, you know. And then if I didn't know, I'd say, by the way, where are you from? Now that shouldn't be offensive. That to me is a conversation starter, you know. And
Well,
that to me shouldn't be offensive, you know.
It's like the teacher sort of made a bigger deal out of it than was necessary, really.
You know, but like, you know, but at the time, you see, I was lucky because I was the one that was in a boxing club where we had all different types of people there, you know, and other people that don't. To me, that's what boxing gives me. It gives me that, you know, that you mix with different people. Boxing gyms to me are like hospitals and stuff. The universities are life. You know, you pick up things there that you won't pick up normally. You know, and it's forgotten about this day and age now because it's seen as an old-fashioned sport. It is, but you know, to me, it's valuable because you get that many different types of people in, and you know, and I mean, one of the things that I've done, and it ain't just for obvious reasons. I've got all flags in the gym. Now, people say, "Why'd you do that?" I said, "Well, it's welcoming. You know, it means all nations under one roof." And they went, "Oh, that's nice." But to be honest with you, flags have got a lovely colour to them, and you get a bit of colour, and it's a bit, you know what I mean? It's a bit, you know, and like, you know, I mean, and I'll say something else today. I do skip subjects because I'm on fast forward all day long. Coventry got voted City of Culture today.
Oh, today I didn't read that.
Yeah, I heard it on the radio this morning. I thought, my God, you're joking. Now, I've got some friends in Coventry, so I was talking to him today. He didn't even know, you know. And I've never known Leeds to get City of Culture or even be in the running for City of Culture. And I need to now know why. I'll be honest with you. I need to now find out why Leeds. I mean, Glasgow once got it. Hull once got it. And I'm not being funny. I'm not slagging Hull off. But the only thing in Hull is fish, you know. And I'm thinking, why have Hull got it? You know, and really, I mean, I'm gonna, I like to set people targets and challenges and stuff, and I need to say to Asgar, when he gets in, we have to make a bid for City of Culture.
Yeah.
Because Leeds is very, very, very diverse. I mean, if you think about it, and I was talking about this today, Chapeltown Carnival. I said to somebody today, I said, I always go, and he went, why? I went, to celebrate Leeds. It's them things that happen in Leeds that shows our diversity, that shows how special we are.
Yeah.
That we got different cultures there. And I went, and if I ever didn't feel welcome, I said I won't go, but I do. And I always have done. You
Yeah.
know. And I take a walk up, and literally, I take a walk up Roundy Road, and all I think to do is go, all right, Lee, hello, we all right? And these guys you've not seen for years.
Yeah.
You know? And but yeah, I mean, to me, it's like I really think we should be in with a shout for city culture.
Definitely, I totally agree.
Yeah,
100%.
you know, it's. I mean, I do go to lots of different cities with the boxing and the refereeing that I do and stuff, and I'm always looking around and always, kind of see, what's around, and you don't see many mixes bigger than Leeds. The crowds in Leeds. You do. It's like it's really weird. It's I mean, I was in Coventry last time I was down there refereeing, and I looked round and I went to get something to eat before I refereed, and it was only West Indian food. And I said to the lad, I said, "Why is there no other food? Because West Indian food's it's a bit too rich for me. I'll be honest with you. It's curried goat and rice. It's too rich for me. It gives me the worst indigestion, and I can't eat it." And I said to him, "Why?" He went, "Well, there's a lot of Jamaican places down here." I said, "Well, that's good." I said, "But look around you." I said, "I don't see many Jamaicans here, And he was like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." I said, "But, as for city culture, I definitely think we'll be with a shout, and I will definitely be speaking to Asgar about making the bid."
Yeah, definitely get on to him.
I'm passionate about it,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So is it, what sort of age groups go along to your boxing club? Is it for anyone?
It's absolutely for anyone. I get calls when we're back open. Normally, I get a ring. What age do you start kids at? And I go, "Can he walk? Can she walk?" And they go, "Well, yeah. If he or she can walk, they can box." And they go, "Oh, really?" I say, "Listen," and I always say to them, for the cost of £1 for the kids. You can make them run around for 20 minutes. They'll soon sleep when they go home. And the amount of parents that say to me, they were asleep in the car driving home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, brilliant. You know what I mean? But it's to me, it's about boxing's a very important. It's been an important part of my life. It has been my life, to be fair. And I'd like everyone to try it. I'd like everyone just to do a little bit. It's great for exercising. It's great for confidence building, and it's good for kids because this day and age, there's some bad things happen to you. You know what I mean? You can't walk the streets anymore. When we were kids, we used to walk streets everywhere. That's what we used to do. Walk about different. You know what I mean? We'd go everywhere. But now you can't now. With what's going on. So I mean, it's always good to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
And be able to be fit enough to get away, run for your life. You might have to. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
And so about sort of what's the older sort of age group that you have that comes along?
My record of getting someone ready for a fight to actual box white collar was 57 years of age.
Wow.
He came into the gym and he's training away every week, and he said, "I'd love to fight." I says, "Have you not boxed before?" He says, "No." He said, "I was in the army, I trained." He says, "I come out of the army, I got married." He said, "I had kids, my kids had kids, I'm now a granddad." He said, I like to say that I've had a boxing match. And it turned out he had a boxing match against one of the lads also from the same gym, and they were same sort of ability. They were same level of boxing. So it was. I mean, it's like if you get two fourth division football teams, it's a good little match.
Yeah.
And it's same in boxing. If you get two lads that are on the same level, it's no mismatches. No one's getting hurt. And it's a good little match. And it turned out the older lad who was 57-year-old, he actually won the fight. So now he's got a picture, a DVD, and that's him. That'll probably be on his mantelpiece.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I say, mid-range is kind of, late teens to the ones that are competing up until like mid-30s. That's about the age really.
And so you said that did you say you've retired for, has it been 3 years, did you say?
No, it's been 6. I retired
6
at just short of 40, yeah.
Right, and so...
Just short of 40.
Do you really miss it, or is it something that you come to a natural age where you've had enough?
It comes to a natural end at 40, I know that's when things start getting a bit dangerous, and that's when things can start going wrong. And I know I've met enough boxers, unfortunately, that I've gone on too long, and they forget what day it is. It's not very nice.
Yeah.
And I believe that I've come away with it with my faculties. I mean, I was never any good looking anyway to start off with, so I had no looks to lose. So I was all right. But, I did like to talk, as you can guess. And but no, I did, and I was happy. And to be fair, it was a nice, smooth transition because I already had the gym. I had the gym in 2010, so I'd already had the gym. I didn't retire until 13, I think. So, yeah, 2013. So I already had the gym.
Yeah.
So it was a nice transition, and then I was already refereeing, and I was already organising boxing promotions. So really, I had enough to do. And what I used to always say to people is, I'm busier now I'm retired than what I was in all boxing, because I've put more time into others now. I've put more time into others and training and the gym and running promotions and then refereeing. I'm normally on the road every other week, refereeing, and that's taken me some interesting places.
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest one was I got a phone call, and he said to me, and it was a fellow from London, and he said, "Do you want to referee a WBU title fight?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "When?" He said, "Oh, it's in I think I had about a week's notice or so." I said, "Right." I said, "Where is it?" He said, "Lagos."
Oh, wow.
I said, "Where's that?" I'm thinking, "Why is it near London somewhere?" He was like, "It's Nigeria." I went, "It's where?" "Nigeria." I was like, "All right, okay." Put the phone down, told a few people, and looked into the fact that I need some shots and I need some...
Yeah.
So I checked it all out. When it went private, they said, "We'll put one in your right arm, one in your left arm, and tablets." And I says, "Why do you put them in either arm?" He said, "Because if your arm stops working, you've got the other one. If you put..." And I was like, "What?" Because that's how that... Anyway, so we had to get shots taken and stuff. So I've flown over. It was dead funny. I flew over, got through, security, bag got checked. You've only got a small bag. Yeah, I'm only here a few days. Walked through, and I had armed guard picking me up.
Oh, wow.
They were carrying like shotguns, and I was like, I looked at one and he went, "Referee." I said, "Yeah, me." He went, "We're here to collect you." And I went, "Why? What's the matter?" You know what I mean? And I think it was the army. And they gave me an arm. And I was like going, "This can't be for real." So I've took a slide picture of his gun, and he seen me. And he went, and I went, I said, "Sorry." He went, "Do you want a picture of a gun?" I said, "Yeah." He went, "Go on then." So I took a picture of him. He went, "Do you want to hold it?" I said, "No." Like that. And I was like, and I put a video on, and I went, "Where have I just been left? Where have I just been brought?" But I tell you what, you've never met friendlier people than Nigerians. I cannot believe how friendly Nigerians are. And since I've come back from there, you end up saying, "Where are you from, mate?" "Oh, Nigeria." "Oh, I've been there." They're going like, "Yeah, I've been to Lagos." And the amount of people that I've met just through talking about stuff, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, they're friendly. They go out of the way to come over and check you, and shake your hand. You're like, my God,
That's
it's,
lovely.
yeah.
Do you think that there's, you've noticed has it sort of changed your perception of things going from being the boxer to being a referee? Has it sort of given you a different outlook?
Yeah, and it's given me a different outlook, but it's changed how I make myself look to boxers, because like referees they're not very well liked. I never liked a referee when I was boxing. I couldn't stand them, to be honest with you. They seemed to be arrogant with the chest sticking out, and I hated that. And the times when you go and you brief the boxers before the fight, and basics and stuff like that, and I say, "Listen, no one's here to watch me referee. They're here to watch you box. Now, if it's a clean fight and a good fight, nobody will even see me. I'll have an enjoyable night watching the boxing."
Yeah.
And they'll go, "Oh, right, okay. I'm not here to throw you out. I'm not here to penalise you. I'm not here to do anything wrong to you. I'm here to referee. I'm really, if it's a good fight, I'll be getting paid tonight to watch you. That's it, to watch a good fight. And to me, I get the best seat in the house. I'm in the ring with them. You know, I'm watching them. You know, and I seem to get, because people they understand that I've been a boxer, I've been there. You know, they kind of they appreciate me a little bit more than your normal referee. And it's nice, and I wish more ex-boxers would be involved, you know, especially in refereeing, because what you find is most referees have not been boxers,
Right.
you know, and to me it's terrible, you know.
It is odd, isn't it? Because you'd imagine that,
Yeah.
you know, if you've had your time in boxing, it's a nice way to sort of keep your hand in and stay within that world, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but like I say, you find that most referees that haven't been boxers because they want them to be textbook referees. They want them probably similar to football, I suppose. You don't get many ex-footballers going into refereeing because they're not liked people. You know what I mean? They're not, and But I try and make a difference if I can.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And have you lived in Leeds all of your life, Lee?
Yeah, I was born and brought up here, but. Bit strange, but my ambition was to be the Irish champion.
Right.
Because of the family, and I was always fascinated by Ireland and by Belfast. I'll be honest with you, and obviously because we were never allowed to go. My dad had never taken us there when we were younger. Because in the 80s it was quite war torn, so we were never allowed to go there. So whenever it come up on TV, we'd all get told to be quiet, and I'd say, "Why are we told to be quiet?" I mean, Mum would say, "I'll tell you later," you know. And I'm like, and I was always fascinated by it, and you know. Like, I remember when I was at school and they were saying, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up and that? And everybody in our class wanted to be a footballer. And I said, I want to be a boxer. I was like, all right, okay. I said, I want to be Irish champion. They went, well, you're not Irish, so. I said, I know. But I said, I've thought about it. And if your parents are Irish, you can play for Ireland football. I said, so it will be the same for the boxing, you know. And in Ireland, they call it the granny rule. And you get through by your grandparents, and that's what Jack Charlton said to everybody when he took over Ireland. He said, anybody wants to play for Ireland, check into your grandparents. You know, loads of you have got Irish in you. You'll better play. And that's when they had that real good run. I forget what year it was. They had that really good run where they had they had a Scotsman playing for Ireland at one point. You know what I mean? They had a Legion. They had a couple of ex-Leeds players playing. John Sheridan and Dennis Irwin. I think it was Irwin. And they were playing for Ireland because obviously they got through on the granny rule sort of thing.
Yeah.
Got through with but it's and even if I'll say something now you probably won't know, and people won't know, and they'll probably question me on it. The biggest heavyweight championship fight, what's being made for next year, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
They've both got Irish in them.
Oh, really?
Honest to God. Tyson Fury's family are from Limerick, and Anthony Joshua's grandma was from Dublin.
Oh.
And if anybody wants to question me, you can Google Anthony Joshua's family, and it tells you, because I've had many an argument. Saying, no way, no, you're not claiming this. I'm telling you now. Google it, right? You know.
Did you ever get to be champion then, Lee?
I did. I fulfilled my ambition. Yeah. I fulfilled my ambition, and I broke 2 records in the process, which I didn't think I was going to get. I fulfilled my ambition. I become the first Leeds-born Irish champion.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is weird because obviously Leeds has got a massive Irish community.
Yeah, definitely.
It always has had, and which surprised me because I thought somebody else won it, and it turned out they went into record books, and the guy wasn't Irish champion. He was an area champion of Ireland. He was the Irish champion, and I thought, all right, I didn't know that. So I was first Leeds-born champion, and then a record that I've got that's a bit bittersweet. I actually became the oldest Irish champion in history.
Oh, really?
Because I won it at 38 and 10 months, and that's a very mature age. You know,
that's great that you actually got to achieve it all.
And I thought, well, someone turned out to me and says, you know what? It shows you one thing, what? Perseverance.
Yeah.
You kept going. I mean, and the worst thing is not the worst thing. The thing is, I had 5 attempts to win that title, and I got beat 3 of the 5 times, and then one of the times there was a no contest where we clashed heads. But but I fulfilled my ambition. Maybe that's why I'm a happy guy at 46. And,
Yeah.
it's because I've fulfilled my ambition, and that was always my ambition, even when I was a kid. I remember playing in the primary school when I was a kid. I used to always think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's fantastic.
That was it.
Well, Lee, I always ask my guests 3 particular questions. The
Yeah.
first one being, what do you think is great about the city of Leeds?
It's diversity. It's culture. Mm-hmm. Love it. I love seeing people that you'd never have met if you'd never left Leeds. I love seeing them here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And if you had to choose something, what would you say is something that is not so great about the city?
The knife crime in the schools.
Yeah.
Absolutely angers me. Absolutely kills me. I mean, I work with a lot of kids that sort of train with us and stuff like that. And one of the kids that I want to talk about, without mentioning his name, obviously he's under 18. He goes to a school, and his nickname is the school's name, and it's Knife Academy.
Oh no.
And I go like, you what? And he once said to me, I go to blah 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 Knife Academy, and I'm like, what? And he says, yes, that's what it's known as. And I'm like, my God, I know teachers they're overworked, they're really understaffed, and they can't do nothing. But an example of what happened was the lad in question's teacher phoned me because he asked his teacher to phone me to say that he's not been bad, he's not been misbehaved, and because I always reward him, I always, I always kind of, because he can be a bit boisterous, and I always kind of reward him whenever I can, and I won't want to take him to a fight one time because I thought he'd been caught in detention, and she'd phoned up basically defending him, and I says listen, I says, it's not a big deal, I says, but I said, if you're saying to me, he's not been in detention, then that's fine. I'll believe you. I said, but I'm more concerned with the knife incident. And she went, I said, well, that's what I'm more concerned with. I'm more concerned with that than him getting detention for being cheeky. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, we can't stop it. And I said, well, okay. And then she did say to me, it was outside school grounds. So I said, well, yeah, but I know the story of what happened. I says, it was outside school grounds, yes, correct. I says, but they were both in uniform. I says, which means what? And she was like, I don't know. I says, which means the knife was in school all day. Would it have been a different story had the knife gone into you? And she was like, I thought, well, there you go,
Yeah.
And, but I mean, I don't know what they can do if they don't have enough police to go down. I mean, this is it. There's that many government cuts. I don't know what they can do about it. I really, really don't. I don't see. If I could do one thing, what I'd do is I'd get Anthony Joshua, who was a world heavyweight champion, and I'd get him to be in a TV advert, and I'd just get him walking down the street, and I'd get some lads pulling a knife on him, and then he just kind of reveals himself as Anthony Joshua, and they run away.
Yeah.
And I'd just get him laughing and saying, that's what people that hold knives are, than cowards. And that would probably hit more kids. That would probably make people, that would probably make kids think, you know what, we're being laughed at. You know what, we're not tough, we're not hard. When the world heavyweight champion's laughing at you, and you're running away. And I think if they did something like that, I think it could help.
You never know.
Yeah.
We can live in hope.
Well, this is it.
And I always ask guests as well, even if somebody had been a long-term resident of Leeds, would you be able to tell them about something that you think is a hidden gem that they may never have heard of? May
never have heard of. Oh God, that's a tough one. That one. That's you've saved the best till last there. Oh God. Well, a strange one, but I'm thinking on the spot. What I'd do is I'd say, if this is right, if this is the wrong answer, tell me, or if it's not the.
There's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever you think.
I'd say what I love doing is, I'd say, look into forgotten pubs in Leeds because it had a bit of culture. You know, it had a bit of history.
Yeah.
You know? And what happened one day was, I was walking during the start of lockdown. Was out walking every day, and I'm walking down with a young lad, from the gym. And I'm walking about, and I said, "Used to be a right laugh." I said, "There's a pub over there, and we used to go from there. We go dancing over there." And he go, "You what? Yeah. I used to go break dancing over there." And he went, "You went break dancing?" But honestly, I said to him, "I used to go." I said, and I was just saying, I said, I used to go to the YMCA in Osmondthorpe on a Thursday night. I said, we do breakdancing, we play football. I said, and he went, really? I said, then we used to go to Ebergardens on a Tuesday night, the old Baptist church, Tuesday night. I said, then we go to Saxon Gardens on a Friday night, the old, it was Yorkshire Rider Club, but it changed its name. And we used to go there. I said, and you know what? I said, there were never no fighting, there were never no bother. I said, there were no drink, there were no drugs. I said, to be honest with you, there were no girls. I said, because all we were there for were breakdancing. And he's going, what? Really? Where? And I used to show him where the pubs were and stuff. And when I got a bit older, and I said, and like where the gym is, there was a massive, massive run of pubs. And to be fair, it wasn't just about drinking. It was about, it was about the atmosphere and about having a good time and stuff.
Yeah.
East Street Run. And I've got it on on the Leeds old pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And I showed him the pubs, and he went to me, I just live there. I just live near there. I says, yeah. And to me, that's probably what's missing. You know what I mean? Like local community places, not just for a drink. To socialise, to meet people. You know what I mean? To hear funny stories, to see to see somebody acting like an idiot. It's just a good release. It's just a good release and stuff. And that's what's missing. Communities have been killed 20 years ago, and now they're trying now to build them back up again. But to me, I think it's too late. Because everywhere's closed. There's very few little local places where you can go for a good night. Richmond Hill area, we're lucky. We've got, without missing anybody out, we've got one little community place, and I kind of. It's been funny because you've not asked me. I thought you would. We're making a film at the moment, and it's based in and around East Leeds.
All right.
And we've tried to use little local bits and bobs, And one of the places we used, because it's a lovely building, it's the Edmund House Club on the corner.
Yeah,
just like Cross Green Corner sort of thing. And we've used that. It's a lovely big white building, and we've used that in the film.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's to me, hey, that probably is the last community place we've got left in Richmond Hill. And like I said, they have lookalike nights on, which are a great laugh.
Yeah, I bet.
And stuff. And we're actually going to show the premiere of this film that I'm making. We're going to show it in there on the big screen.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, and like I say, I was on Radio Leeds about it. I was on BBC Radio Leeds. Is it Gail Lofthouse's show? And she said to me, I'd love to see the film. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll invite you to the premiere. She's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, I'll invite you. Come down.
Oh.
So, like I said, that's a real community. That's what happens in communities. You know what I mean? Because really, for us to show this film on big screen anywhere else, where would we have to go?
Yeah.
To show it.
So, sorry, Lee, the film is all about the Richmond Hill area?
No, it's based and it's shot around Richmond Hill.
Oh, I see. So what's the film actually about?
Well, it's not got a nice... it's called Straightner. Mm-hmm. And do you know what a straightener is?
Apart from the ones that I use on my hair, not really, no.
No. All right, well, a straightener is if you get two people that have had a disagreement with each other.
Yeah.
They will have what you call a straight fight. like a straight fight, a straightener.
Right.
They'd have a fight.
Yeah.
You know, old-fashioned stuff. So this film's called Straightner because it's about the main part of the film is about these two people having a fight for somebody else. But obviously we couldn't make a film out of just, you know, somebody having a fight. So we've put different bits on it, and it turns out to be we've got a few different stories that happens, and it turns out to be it's a good conquers evil story.
Yeah.
But it's stuff that goes on. You know, it's about two families that are having this argument over territory. You know, the crooks, the gangster families. They're having this dispute over the area, over who gets what. So they both send their best man to have a fight, and the winner is judged by me, and that's who takes control of the area. Now, I don't get on with these families because they're bad people. I live a straight life. And they have the fight, something goes wrong, and it all comes back on me like I've done the wrong thing. So I have to, like, work out what's happened. I'm not giving a plot away, you see. I have to work out what's gone wrong, and I have to work out, you know, what I can do to repair it.
Yeah.
And it's a case of, you know, good conquers evil. And we've got bits. We've got bits around Richmond Hill. We've got the boxing club on it because that's like the main, like, central part to it where things happen. I'm like a man of the community. I'm like a Mr. Fix-It of the community.
Yeah.
And that's why they're calling me. When we started writing it, they didn't have a name for me. Well, I didn't have a name for me, so we just put me down as like Fix, because I fix it. Now I thought he said Fitz. I thought Fitz has got a good ring to it. Let's call me Mr. Fitz. I'm a Fix, you know, Mr. Fitz fixes. And they went, yeah, we'll do that. So that got my name, and then so we're building it up, and we end up we show little bits of, you know, Richmond Hill, and we end up. I mean, we try and use local things like, you know, the cafe, which is next door to the gym, called Rumbling Tom's Cafe. We use that. You know, we use the fish and chip shop at the bottom of the street. You know, literally, we're trying to use it trying to use the area. You know, we're using local kids that come to the gym. They're in the film as well. So it's been a bit of a. They all think they're going to be movie stars, which is great.
Oh, I think that's amazing.
It's brilliant for the kids and stuff because they're all excited. But the worst thing was, we started it the day before lockdown came in.
Oh no!
And we had a big gym full of people. I said, right, it's finally being made. It's brilliant. And then next thing you know, everything shut down.
Oh no!
So we sat tight for a bit, and I thought, there's parts in the film where there's not many people in it. There was one scene where it's just me. So I said to the guy who's making the film, who's one of his own guys, he's from our gym, and it turns out he's got some like amazing skills that he keeps under his hat, and he's making the film. And I said to him, why don't we just do the little scenes where it's just me contemplating what to do next? He went, yeah, we'll do that. So we started doing it, and then one of the scenes, which is quite funny, is it's just outside Richmond Hill. It's just off Torrey Road. We used the church, the St Patrick's Church, and I'm stood outside, and we're just doing this scene where, you know, I'm trying to find out, you know, what's gone wrong and stuff like that. And the priest comes out, the priest of the church comes out, and he's an Irishman. It was just dead comedy, and he says, "Well, can I help you?" And I went, "I'm with him," and he pointed to me, and he looked at me, and the sun was in his eyes. He didn't recognise me, and I said, "Father?" He went, "Who's that?" I said, "It's me, Lee." He went, "Hello, Lee, how are you?" I said, "I'm all right." I said, "Father, remember that film I told you about?" He says, "Yes, we're making it, but we're doing it with social distancing." He went, "Well, that's brilliant." And so he started talking. But anyway, in a bit of a turnabout, the priest is in the film now.
Oh, that's excellent.
Can you believe it? Someone said to me, "You've never got a priest." I said, "I've got him in it." Father McGillicuddy's in the film. It'd be a great laugh. And they went, "Oh, you're joking." So, yeah.
It's going to be such a great occasion, isn't it, when you finally show it to everybody?
It's going to be a relief, because you know what? This has been in my head 3 years. Because it all comes back to I was friends with a filmmaker who actually made a film about me, kind of on its own, and he got into Leeds Film Festival and stuff. And he came back and he said to me, I want to make a gangster film, but an original gangster film. I was like, right, what are you telling me for? He said to me, have you ever been asked to organise something what's not the norm? And I was like, well, I said, I kind of have. And this is when it came out about this straightener. Somebody called me and asked me, would I do him a favour? And would I let two people that are having this fallout have a fight in the gym behind closed doors? So I was a bit, He said to me, we'll get a paramedic to make sure nothing goes wrong. He went, and I said, I'll donate some money to the gym. He says, but it's for the good of the community because things are going wrong here. And it was it was outside Leeds. It wasn't even in Leeds. But he's phoned me up to say, can you referee the fight? And then whatever you say wins, and it's over. And I said, you know what? I said, I will do. Anyway, it didn't come off because they must have had second thoughts. Now, that was the original idea. Mm-hmm. And from there, I've added things onto it. And from there, I've had to try and find filmmakers that want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, the major stumbling block why the filmmakers won't do it was because there's no script.
So it's just all like ad lib.
It's 100% ad libbing. And if I knew the word ad lib, I'd have got someone to make it years ago. But I didn't know what it meant. So I said, but there's no script. And they were going, what? I said, there's no script. We're just gonna do it. And they went, you're just gonna do it. Then they were like, I'm not interested. I'm out. Sorry. You did that Dragon's Den to me. Sorry, I'm out. And I'm like, why would you want to do it? It'd be brilliant. And some of the names I've got in it, some of the names. One of the names that's in it, and he's been a revelation to me, to be honest with you. And this. When I started boxing at 8, this lad was 18 years old. He went on, he was British Commonwealth European champion. He fought for the world title twice and once in Las Vegas. And he's called Crawford Ashley. He's from Leeds.
Wow.
Now, I've got him in it. And he's loving being in the film. Now, he's been in the film. We did his shoot. And he was like, yeah, I like that. That was good, that, yeah. And I thought, wow. So I've got him in it.
That's brilliant.
We've got a few ex-boxers in it that, we've got the Guinness Book of Records, oldest boxer in the universe. He's in it. He's my sidekick, my partner. But it's from Mansfield, so you won't have heard of him because he's not from Leeds. And like I say, we've got some ex-boxers in it. We've got one of my old mates from Scunthorpe, ex-boxer, he's in it. We've got a lad from Bradford who owns a version of a world title, Tazif Khan. He's in it, and it's it's like I say, there's been no script. So that's kind of what I didn't explain properly to people. When I said we're just going to do it, they went, "You can't. You do it. You have no idea what you're doing." But what happened was, it was all in stages, and that's the thing that they didn't get. I said, right. So stage 1, they're in the gym, okay? We're all training, right? People do what they do, don't they? They train, they talk. Yeah, that's it. I get a phone call. They want to arrange a meeting with me to sort out this problem. When we go to the meeting, I say, what do you want? And it starts from there.
Yeah.
And there was like, oh, it's just not going to, no, it's just, no. And there were people just didn't want to know. They didn't think it could work. And the young lad, the lad making the film is 17-year-old, and he says to me, I wanted to do it, but I daren't, And from the first day, he's grown in confidence. You can see him growing in confidence.
Yeah.
And we were just chatting the other day. About it. And his father said to me, he actually asked me to ring you to say, get me out of it. I can't do it. It's just there's too many characters, and they're too larger than life characters. I can't.
Oh, bless him.
I couldn't contain these people in the same room. He went, Dad, get me out of it. And his dad went, no, you're doing it. It'll be a good life experience for you. And he says to me, halfway through the first shoot, he says to me, I think it's going really well, this. I said, it is going well. He went, everything's just flowing. I says, I thought it would do, And yeah, I mean, we're hopefully going to be finished. The filming will be finished for tomorrow.
Oh, excellent.
We've got 4 shoots to do tomorrow, so hopefully it's finished tomorrow, and then we can start. The young lad can start editing the film. We can add the music to it, and then that'll be it. We'll be looking at going on big screen, all being well.
I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds amazing. One of my I don't know an awful lot about boxing, but one of my favourite ever films is Rocky, and he wrote that himself as well, didn't he?
Do you know what it is? I seen Sylvester Stallone on stage once.
Did you?
And yeah, it was in Sheffield Town Hall, Town Hall, City Hall.
Yeah.
And he was up talking, and he said he wrote this film because he couldn't get an acting part. He did it himself, so he basically created his own opportunities.
Yeah.
And he got offered $40,000 to sell it, and he went no. He says I've got to be in it.
Yeah.
And someone says why? Apparently he was living in a 1-bedroom flat, washing his clothes in a bath.
Yeah.
And he says because you've only got to get it right once, and that stuck with me. What he said then, you know what I mean? He said, you've only got to get it right once, and that's it. And I thought that's 100% right.
Yeah.
100%.
And you're doing it, Lee. You're doing it.
Oh, I'm trying my best.
And what will you be doing with the rest of your day today?
What am I doing today? Well, it's Friday night, so it's Feel Good Friday, so I'll be eating something tonight, I think. I'll be, even though I'm retired and I'm 46, I do tend to try and eat as healthy as I can.
Yeah.
Stick to clean living, because like I say, there's too many health conditions these days just appearing from nowhere. And so yeah, I'll be eating something fatty, a bit of a takeaway.
Why not?
I'm gutted that EastEnders has finished. I'm a big EastEnders fan.
Oh no!
Yeah, I love it, and so that's not on. So I'm having to search through Netflix and stuff for things that are interesting to watch. But they give me good ideas, you see, for these parts of the film.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all research, isn't it?
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
Well, best of luck with the film. I can't wait to see it. It sounds amazing.
Well, keep in touch, and I'll let you know when it's on. And
yes.
I'll give you a VIP invite.
Oh wow, that'd be amazing.
You can walk down our red carpet.
I'd love that. That'd be fantastic.
I'm gonna go buy a red carpet, so we're gonna walk down it itself.
Why not? Thanks so much for talking to me, Lee, and best of luck and enjoy the rest of your day.
Lovely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Lee was brilliant to chat to, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the film Straightner. This week's featured song is by Honeycub and is called Nothing Changes.